What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As always, like, subscribe, comment, and help us grow. Today we're going to be doing a stator replacement on my 2009 Suzuki V-strom 650. On a recent adventure ride, I just come across a bridge. It died on me. It wasn't charging, just running straight on battery. I hope the rectifier ain't bad. I think it's pretty much the stator. That's what I'm going to start with first. So hopefully this will correct the problem. But it's going to run you through sort of a how-to, how I'm going to do it. I've never done it before, watched a few videos, so I'm just going to wing it, make the best of it, and we'll see if we can get this thing going again. Alright, as you can see, I done broke down the bike a little bit off camera. But what you got to do is take the tank off. The reason you got to take the tank off is the plug-in is down there. It's going to be a little bit of a pain in the you-know-what to take it out. To get it unplugged, the wire traces back down to here, and your stator is actually in here. But the wire comes up, goes through the bike. Let's see, over here, and plugs into your rectifier. But you can't see it, but there's a little white, that little white plug right down there. That's what I got to try to get unplugged. Well, the reason you got to take your tank off so you can get to that. But if you've never done it before, never took your tank off, of course you got to do that for your airbox maintenance. But what I do is just take this screw out. It's an Allen head screw. That Allen head screw, those covers pop off. You got to take those two Allen head screws out of the top. Unclip your two push pin clips to pull that little plastic piece off. 10mm bolt up here holds your tank. 12mm bolt back here. And you can slide that tank out of there. But what you got to do too is unhook your fuel line. Just do a little push. You push it, unclip that. You got to unhook your vent line, which is right there. And also a line onto here, which I don't know exactly what that does, but that's on a 650, that ain't on the 1000. Pull that off, you can slide your tank off. So you don't have to take your shrouds all the way off. And it's probably a little bit easier if you do, but the reason I don't is my plastic in the front got broken. I got different clips in there. It's kind of a pain in the butt to take it apart. So, but you just pull that apart and pull your tank off, and then we'll try to fish that wire. Try to unplug that. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it yet, but I will show you and give you some idea of when I get it unplugged. May not do that on camera, but I'll show you how I get to that part. Then we're going to move down. Once we do that, I take all these bolts out of this stator cover. You got to take that cover off. You got to take clutch cable loose. But we'll get to all that, and we'll show you how. So I'll try to run you through the process the best I can with trying to film and do it. So we'll see what we can see if we can tackle this part now. All right, what I did to get the stator wires unplugged, as you can see, that one's pretty fried. If it'll focus, that thing got cooked pretty good for some reason. But there's a wire right there too, which is this one. Just got a little push clip on there. Clip that. That one's easy to get out. But this one's right there on that black little piece right there. So it's kind of aggravating. It's got a little squeeze clip on it right there. I squeezed it and just wiggled it, and I got it out without having to take the air box out, which thank goodness. Hope the rectifier is fine. We shall see. I said just pull them wires out and you can fish it through to the other side, and we'll get the stator out and see what it looks like. All right, now I got these wires just fed through there. Like I said, you got to go around taking all these bolts out, but you got to take this cover off too. Should be an 8mm that fits all of those. 8mm that fits this thing too. And once we pop this cover off, we'll see what else we got to do. All right, like I said, you got to take this sprocket cover off, which I did is just 3 8mm bolts. You'll have to take your clutch actuator all the way off so you can pop that cable out of there. Then you got 10 8mm bolts that hold that cover on, and that cover will come off, and the stator should be behind that. But y'all are finding out with me as we go, so we'll get that off and then we'll see where we're at after that. All right, that's after the cover comes off. That's what that piece looks like inside the motor. I guess that spins and that's what charges the magnet. But there's your stator. Let's hope that that's the problem and it ain't the rectifier, because if not, I'm gonna have to wait on the rectifier. But I already got a new stator, so I'm replacing it anyway. But that cover just comes right off after you get all 10 of them bolts out. Pull your clutch actuator off, you can pull that cover off, and that's what you end up with. So let's get the new one in. And then get this old one out. It's like 3 Allen head screws. You got to take these 2 screws out here out. All that wiring to come out. Put your new stator back down in there the same way. And Probably catch it a little bit getting that threaded up through there, but we'll shall see. All right, skipped a few process, a little bit of process, but that's the old stator. Definitely was bad, so I got it put back together most part. So I just put it back in there, put all the bolts back in. I had to put a little bit of sealer right there because the new stator, the rubber piece is a little bit thicker. So I just made sure that's sealed right there, all the way across this whole area where this wire comes through. Put my clutch back on, might have to adjust that a little bit. The worst part about this whole job, and this stator don't fit exactly right, is that clip right there. It's hard to get in there and it don't fit real tight. So I'm gonna have to find some way to get it, make sure it stays plugged in. And other than that, it's back running. I tested it just now and we're charging again. So all in all, a little bit of modifications, a little bit but that's a Electrosport. Like I said, the connectors and the rubber piece on that side and the connectors ain't really the same. So it's gonna be a little bit of rigging, but it should work fine. It's charging, so we'll go with that and make sure everything's okay. Make sure it don't leak any oil. Well, there you go. That's pretty much how to replace a stator on a 2009 Suzuki V-strom 650. A little bit of pain in the butt. The main thing is that Electrosport stator, the little rubber piece that seals off around the cover, that didn't fit correctly, and the plug-in that goes into your rectifier plug-in, it was too loose. So I had to end up putting a zip tie around it to hold that thing up in there tight, because if not, it was wiggling, probably have intermittent charging, and it'll probably just fall out. So keep that in mind if you do buy an Electrosport, that the plug-in is not going to be exactly right. That's the most pain in the butt thing. And hopefully it's not going to leak any oil at the little rubber piece coming where the wires come out. Time will tell with that, but I think I got the plug tight with that zip tie, so I think it should be good. I know it wasn't too much walkthrough, but it's pretty simple. You see the unbolting process, the stuff you got to take off. It's not that hard. Like I said, just didn't fit right, so I would definitely probably just stick with OEM, even though this is the Electrosport supposed to be the biggest thing. It's supposed to be a good improvement for them. It may be on charging wise, but it didn't fit 100% correct. So take that for what you will, and good luck if you have to do it on your bike, but hopefully I'm back riding now. So thanks for watching as always, and we'll see y'all in the next one.